In the past 30 days, I have generated 77 motivated seller leads for one of my clients with a cost per lead of $15, and we've spent $1,200. Now, on top of that, we're also sending these leads to an AI receptionist to qualify them as soon as they fill out the form. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what we are doing right now. And once again, these are motivated seller leads. So these are people that need to sell their homes fast for cash. All right. And if you are an agency and you're interested in learning how I'm doing this, keep watching. Or if you're an investor learning how you could do this for your business, keep watching as well. Okay. So before I show you what we're doing now, I just want to leave these little things here before I forget. So I have a free community linked down below, so you can join that and just stay connected to what work I'm doing and my different case studies, as well as other members. There's about 5,000 people. There's also a call recording linked down below if you are interested in hearing the AI receptionist, because I'm going to break down exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it in this video, but I'm not going to play the actual call. So if you want to hear that, there is a link down below to a video that I did on YouTube already. All right. And then lastly, if you're an investor and you're interested in us doing this for you, that will be linked below as well. All right. So let's get into it. So here is what we are doing. We are using Facebook ads. These are paid ads to find people that need to sell their homes. Now, the way that we are doing this is we are using AI video avatars like this. I'm going to show you guys more step by step how to do all this. But basically, we're using AI avatars like this. And then we are collecting the leads information on Facebook with a simple form. And then we are using a chatbot to reach out to these leads as soon as they fill out the form and either qualify them via a chatbot or have them call in to the AI receptionist system and qualify them there. Okay, so that's big picture what we're doing: running ads, getting people to fill out a form, and then qualifying them through either a chatbot or an AI receptionist. Now I'm going to drill more into the specifics of what we're doing and how we do this. Okay, so for the AI avatars, we are using a platform here called Captions. You can use my link, trycaptions.com, and that will route you right over here to their site. And basically, inside of their platform, you can choose between these different AI avatars like this and have them basically say your ad, okay? So what's really cool about this is that we can do two different things. One is we can take the same exact script, right? Let's say we have a proven ad that works. We can test that exact script on, 10 people and see which one performs best. The second thing that we can do is we can also modify the area that we are calling out in the ad, in the video, for virtually no cost, right? So for example, let's say I have a proven ad and it's working for me in one state or one city, and I want to branch out into another city or into another state or market. I can literally just edit the text on the video here and say attention Atlanta, or attention Los Angeles, or attention Phoenix, and we can take that proven ad that is already working in a specific area or with a specific avatar, see if it works with another avatar, or make it more specific by calling out a specific area or something like that to make the ad more relevant. Okay, so we're using this platform to generate the AI videos. We also still do images as well, and AI images are great. They're quicker to test, and they don't require any load time right on the platform. Videos take time to load, so images are just quicker, and as soon as someone sees it, they can understand what the offer is as well. So we use platforms like I actually use Nano Banana. This is from Google to generate the images. I find that one is the best model compared to ChatGPT. It's quicker and it's just more accurate with its videos. So this is how we generate the videos, and then you can use Nano Banana for the images as well. Okay, so that is step number one. Now, step number two is we collect these leads information on Facebook. Now, I've done landing pages where you take people to a different website, and then I've also done lead forms, okay? Big picture, they both work, okay? I really wouldn't get caught up in the weeds on which one is better, especially if you're just getting started with something like this, because really what makes this type of system work is going to be consistency over a period of time. What I like to tell all of my clients or anyone that's learning from me how to do this is when you start getting into running ads and you look at it like day by day or week by week, it's going to be very confusing, and honestly, it could be even stressful. But what I like to tell them is that, like in this example of wondering, is a lead form better or a landing page better, right? Now, I can only really speak to my experience in, this niche. Everyone's going to have their own experience, but the reality is the same people are going to be on Facebook, right? And some of them may fill out landing pages, some of them may fill out lead forms, okay? Now, you could argue, and like I said, you can get really into the details, but big picture, I just tell people, if you ran ads, let's just say $100 a day, every day for an entire year, and you never touched those ads, like you just let it keep producing you leads, whether it was a lead form or a landing page, if you follow up and you talk to people and you make offers, whatever you're doing, you're going to most likely convert, okay, with the ads, unless you have no idea what you're doing. So could you have optimized it by doing, maybe this way or that way? Sure. But big picture, it's really just about making sure the leads you're getting are your target people. So when we are inside of Facebook, here's how we create this form. This is what's really cool about it. You don't have to make a landing page. It's easier to teach and show people how to get started. So this is the lead form on Facebook, okay? So you just name your form. You can choose the volume type, flexible form delivery. I don't have this on, but then right here we just put in sell your house fast for cash, right? So it's the same elements of a landing page, right? And then you can put more information there. I'm not going to, but just so you could kind of see how it looks. And then we have our questions, okay? So what I will say is that before Facebook added these updates that I'm going to show you, it was a little bit more favorable to use a landing page. But now there are a few different things we can do inside of Facebook to make it a little bit of a higher quality lead, okay? So the first one here is you definitely want to add some multiple choice questions to your form to make sure that you're getting actual seller leads, okay? The biggest problem I've ever seen with a lead form is if you don't have any qualifying questions, you will get people that think you are advertising a home to sell. I know it sounds insane if your ads are super dumbed down. We will buy your house for cash. People just think that you're going to buy them a house and they can rent it from you. It's crazy what you'll see. So you do want to be careful with no questions here. So you can add in something here why are you selling? And then you list reason number one, inherited, divorce, stuff like that. And then you want to ask when do you need to sell by, stuff like that. Now, what I would recommend here is making these questions, okay, because language is really, really important. That's why, yes, there is a difference between landing pages and lead forms, but the reality is that when you have the right language, that's going to help you a lot as well. So, for example, if you were actually speaking to someone that needed to sell their home, a question that would indicate if somebody's serious about selling would be, you know, uh, if you do decide to sell with us or something to that effect. I have it written out somewhere else, but the point of the question is, will the home be delivered vacant at closing, right? That's a very like specific question to somebody who is actually thinking about selling, right? I have it worded a little bit differently with more context, but if you frame the questions correctly, then that question can be very, very powerful. Okay. It's almost asking like somebody debit or credit. It's like, okay, like I'm about to buy, right? So when we say, we go through some other questions and we say, you know, will the property be delivered vacant at closing? It's kind of like someone who's buying a house is like, okay, wait, maybe I'm in the wrong place, right? And someone who's not that serious about selling may not want to answer that and they just close out of the form. And someone who's a little bit more motivated is going to be like, yes or no, right? I need help, whatever. So adding some questions here are definitely important, and really think about how to phrase those questions to be priming to somebody who would actually sell their house. All right. So that's what you put here. And then really, this is what's cool about this as well, is that Facebook auto fills their information from their profile. So I just like to reorganize it like this: first name, last name, email, phone number. And then I don't make any of these optional. Okay, we want to collect this stuff to contact them. So this used to be far less accurate. I think about a year ago, I remember getting a update on my Facebook saying we'd like to update your information or something. So they kind of had their way of incentivizing like platform wide people to update this, because I think people were saying that, hey, I don't use lead forms because I don't get accurate information. Now we don't really get that problem, honestly. So it seems to be working. Now, the other thing you can do, which you're not able to do on this ad account for some reason, certain ad accounts get different features here. So I'm going to double check to see if I missed it. But, okay, so you can do it this way now. They kind of move stuff around. So this is a huge thing as well. So if you want to get a higher quality lead, right? Or if, let's say, you know, the argument is that if I get a real phone number, then that's a much better lead than, you know, potentially not a number, right? So you can do higher intent. So when someone types in their number, or if their number is auto-filled from Facebook and it's not accurate, then guess what? They will be texted a code, and then in order for you to get their information, they have to submit that code, right? So they've made some adjustments here that really make this a lot, you know, a lot more of a valuable product, because you don't have to make a landing page. All the data on the platform is perfectly tracked, right? So when you send someone to your landing page, even though you can use a pixel and some of this other advanced stuff, which I do as well, I just don't like to confuse people. They don't have perfect, they don't have a perfect feedback loop of that information, right? You send them to your site, they fill out a form. Yes, you're going to get those, you know, events sent back and forth. But here, think of all the different things that Facebook probably tracks that we don't even know, in addition to what they could track here. So they could track, like, this is why I would say they have this question here, this flexible form delivery. So they will remove questions or shuffle the order of questions. Now, I'm not recommending you do this. I haven't used this consistently to say that, but this is where it's going, right? Is that when you own the platform and you can see where people are dropping off or see what questions they like or don't like, they can adjust and shuffle the questions around, put them in a different order, even adjust the copy or the reason to why you fill it out. Like there's so many things they could do with that, type of data on their platform. So that's kind of what I think where they're going with it, is they want you to be able to just, plug in your ad, and then they know what's going to work, and they know that because of all the data that they have when you keep people on their platform. Okay. So they may know that, okay, this person is filling out all these forms right away, and they just start really, really serving, those types of ads to people, okay, which can make it more competitive as well. And inherently, advertising will just always get more competitive until you find new platforms. So that's what you can do here. You can do that verification. And then really the only last thing to mention here is the ending screen. So when someone fills out that information, what we do is we have people call the business, okay? And that call goes to the AI receptionist, which, like I said, if you want to hear that, you can check that link down below. And so they can call the AI receptionist right in the heat of the moment when they're filling out the form. And then we just get all that extra information. Now, just so you can see what we collect, here's a real lead. I X'd out, the information, but this is like what the call collects, okay? So when the call collects all this information, we now have an even more serious lead that is willing to go through and give us all this information, right? Doesn't mean they're going to be a deal, but it's helpful because usually you have to collect all that manually, right? So that's what you can put here. You can just put your phone number right here. Or if you have, the AI thing like we do, then you just put the number to the AI. All right. So that's step 2. We got the AI ads right here. We've got the Facebook lead forms. When they call, they go to the AI receptionist. Now on the back end as well, these leads will also get texted as soon as they fill out the form. Okay. So they fill out the form. There's some other little actions here, but we text them, wait, text them, and then we just continue to follow up with these leads to make them, to get them to that stage where they've actually given us, everything we need to actually book that appointment or discuss the offer with the lead. So that is what we're doing right now. We are running these AI ads. We're taking them to a simple form, and then we're using the AI texting to reach out to them and get them to book an appointment. And then we're also having those people that prefer to call, just call. And it's much easier. I mean, some people prefer to text for sure. But when they can call, they just, can give us more details, and they have to type everything out. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what's working. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.